Friends, as I said in the previous two videos, this is the third and last in a series of 3 short videos on ways with words. As usual, you will find the link to the PDF below in the description box. Well, you can take a printout, watch the video, and read the questions as well as the answers at your leisure. If possible, don't forget to watch the video just before you go into the examination hall. I'm sure that you will be able to answer all the questions in the examination with the help of these 3 model question paper videos. So let us start with the question number 1. What constitutes the music of autumn? The music of autumn includes the sounds of gnats among the river sallows, the river trees, the loud bleats of lambs from the hills, the songs of hedge crickets, the whistles of redbreast the bird, and the songs of swallows singing in the autumn sky. Question number 2. What is the comparison made about the bellies? When the old folks laugh, their bellies go up and down like the quick jerks of the tambourines. Question number 3. What do snakes stand for in snakes bear fangs? Fangs, snake's teeth. In the expression snakes bear fangs, the word snakes stands for evil, insincerity, and dishonesty. Question number 4. What is the significance of the color gray in the expression gray hills? The color gray is synonymous with the grandmother and the empty house of his childhood. Question number 5. What does the poet ask the writers and critics? The poet asks the writers and critics to keep their eyes wide open and take note of the changes. The times are changing and anything could happen. Question number 6. Who is the narrator of the story Appointment in Samarra? Death is the narrator of the story. Question number 7. Why do you think that the story has been titled A Shocking Accident? The story has been titled A Shocking Accident because the accident which caused Jerome's father's death was due to a pig that fell on him. It is ironic because no one expected that a pig that fell from a 3rd floor would kill a man. Question number 8. Who is Jack Noonan? Jack Noonan is a policeman, a detective, who is also a colleague and friend of Mr. Maloney. Question number 9. How did the fruits become holey? In a holey with a hole. The rotten parts of the fruit were dug out. Question number 10. Who are seldom bows? According to Lucas, astute, very shrewd, crafty, cunning, and busy men are seldom bows because they have no time. Question number 11. What are meteorites? Meteorites are pieces of rock or metal that have fallen to the Earth's surface from space, from the sky. Well, we come to the last short answer question of the last model question paper. Question number 12. Who are colonial dames? The Colonial Dames of America is an American organization composed of women who are descended from an ancestor, a forefather, who lived in British America from 1607 to 1775 and was of service to the colonies by either holding public office, being in the military, or serving in the colonies in some other way. Well, friends, these are the 12 short answer questions. Now, let's move on to the paragraph questions. Paragraph question number 1. Question 13. Describe the changes brought over the mind of the speaker of Sonnet 29 by the sweet memories. In Sonnet 29, Shakespeare is at his most insecure situation in life. He has fallen from grace and feels very much depressed. He feels unlucky, shamed, and jealous of those around him. However, when he thinks of his friend, the sweet memories change his mind completely. His state of mind becomes like that of the lark, the bird, the sweet singing bird. The lark at daybreak, when it sings hymns at heaven's gate. His beloved's sweet memories bring a wealth far greater than anything owned by a king. The gloomy world vanishes, life becomes rejuvenated. Memories of the sweet love motivate him to remain hopeful. Question number 14. Comment on Keats' treatment of nature. Keats' Ode to Autumn is about the theme of ripeness in nature. The poem tries to find beauty in the neglected aspects of nature. It presents pictures of its fruitfulness, its flowers, and its songs. The poet finds beauty in the long days, chilly weather, and brown fields. In the first stanza, autumn is the close bosom friend of the sun. It appeals to the sense of taste with its mellow fruitfulness. The second stanza describes it as a female goddess. It appeals to the sense of sight with its personified forms. And the third stanza says, autumn season has its own music, like that of the gnats, lambs, and crickets. Question number 15. Why does Maya Angelou call death dear and painless? In the poem Old Folks Laugh, Maya Angelou says that the old folks are free from everything that restricts free expression of emotions. They have learned how to have a hearty laugh. They don't care about the opinions of other people. For them, laughter is freedom from the pain of death. Death is usually considered as painful, but the struggles of life have taught them to accept death with a balance of mind. They consider death as just another milestone in the long journey of life. This realization enables them to accept death with the same laughter as they fought the battles of life. They are mentally prepared to wait eagerly for dear, painless death. Question number 16. Describe Jerome's inner conflict about his father's death and his attempts to overcome them. Jerome felt that the circumstances of his father's death were comic. His aunt's dramatic description of the events made him miserable. So he tried to reduce the comic element in the story. Jerome made up two different versions of his father's death. When he would narrate that his father died when a pig fell on him from the sky, it sounded absurd and hilarious. So he thought of changing his way of narrating the story to avoid any silly comments and laughter from the audience. The first version of narration led gently up to the accident. He would just say that his father was killed by a pig in Italy and end the narration. In the second version, he added a lot of details like how people reared pigs and chicken on the balconies so that it didn't sound funny. Paragraph question number 17. The style of E.V. Lucas in the essay Bores. The style of E.V. Lucas in Bores is simple, anecdotal, and conversational. He uses simple words to convey deep meanings. There is repetition to emphasize a point. Humor is the main element in his writing. He turns most of his characters to fun. Lucas shapes his stories with wit and form. His mind is that of a critic and a commentator. Lucas has a great appetite for the curious, the human, and the ridiculous. Question number 18. The need for professional scientists to make a choice in their research goals. Professional scientists generally have to make a choice in their research goals. There are some objectives that would be very important if they are achieved, but the chances of success are so small that no one is willing to pursue them. There are other scientific objectives that are perfectly manageable but of small significance. Most scientists choose a middle course. As a result, few scientists actually plunge into pseudoscientific beliefs. The chances of finding out something really interesting are small, and the amount of time required seems large. Sagan believes that scientists should spend more time in discussing these issues. Now we come to the last paragraph question. Question number 19. Bring out the relevance of the title, Something Unspoken. Tennessee Williams' play, Something Unspoken, tells the story of an elderly woman, Cornelia, in her 60s, and her desire to be named the president of a society club called the Daughters of the Confederation. Her secretary, Grace, has been with her for 15 years. They have a complex relationship. This tension between them is not acknowledged. A strange relationship is portrayed here with a great insight into their inner emotions. The play doesn't reveal what is going on between them. We know that something unspoken is there. The title is most appropriate because the tension between the characters is shown throughout the play. They cannot end their silence or what has remained unspoken. Well, friends, this is the end of the paragraph questions of the series. Now, let's move on to the last two essay questions. Question number 20. Discuss the humor in the story, It Used to Be Green Once. Well, the first paragraph. It Used to Be Green Once is an excellent story by Patricia Grace. It throws light on the culture and values of the Maori native community of New Zealand. It is remarkable for the treatment of humor. Paragraph number 2. The story is about simple, ordinary people living together in a community. It is Mom's sense of humor that brightens up the whole story. For the children, it was difficult to figure out whether she was serious or light-hearted. As the story moves on, the characters have something special about being Maori. Paragraph number 3. The mother had to sustain a family with whatever little she had. The children felt ashamed by certain acts of the mother, like cutting up old swimming togs and making two. Dad used to get rotten pears and apples for cheap. Mom would dig out the rotten part, and the holey fruits with the holes, would be given to the children. Paragraph number 4. Mom's car and the way she drove it is very humorous. The car had no brakes. The horn was like a flock of ducks coming for feed, quack, quack. Even after the family won a lottery, Mom didn't change. On Wednesdays, she would change into her purple dress made from a Japanese bedsheet. She also wore her brimmed blue sun hat and the slippers for shopping. And here is the last paragraph of the essay. The story closes with another touch of humor when Grace observes that the new car, well, it used to be green once, because if you look closely, you can still see some patches of green paint here and there. Well, this is the end of the story, the essay. Now, friends, here is the last essay of the series. Question number 21. Analyze the poem, A Roadside Stand, as a critique of modernization. Paragraph number 1. Fro's poem, A Roadside Stand, is a powerful critique on modernization. It contrasts the innocent life of the rustics, the villagers, with the greed and affluence of the urban folk, the city people. This is paragraph number 1. The second paragraph. The farmer has set up a roadside stand to sell wild berries and other fruits to the city people passing by in their cars. However, no car stops there. The few people who stop there are angry that the ugly stand and the signs spoil the beauty of the landscape. No one notices the berries. The farmer is hoping that it would give him the life of the moving pictures. Out of frustration, he tells to keep their money with them, if that is the way they feel. Paragraph number 3. The poet says that the greedy good doers try to relocate the villagers to serve their own interests. They do more harm than good. The poet expresses his despair at the dashed hopes of the farmer. He says that the country people have made no progress. It might be better to put them at one stroke out of their pain. Paragraph number 4. The poem is a critique of modernization. The city dwellers, the people who live in the city, in their mad pursuit for making profit, forget the basic human values. The speculators, capitalists, and politicians conspire together to rob the villagers of their native land. And now we come to the last paragraph. In the poem, the decline of the innocent agrarian way of life is contrasted with the unfeeling, hollow attitude of the modern people. The roadside stand is a painful symbol of a past that is diminishing, vanishing, disappearing. Modernization has robbed people of their innocence and other human values. Well, friends, this is the end of this series of 3 model question papers on ways with words. I'm sure that you'll be able to answer all the questions in the examination with the help of these 3 videos. So thank you very much. Thanks for watching, and best wishes in the coming examination. So see you.